What's up, y'all? It's Terrence, and I'm back with another review. And today we're going to review the new Kanye West album, Donda. This album is it wasn't unexpected, Well, it did release unexpected, but it's been a build up for weeks on weeks and weeks on end for this album. So I was excited to see that it finally drop. Beyond all the controversy and all the stuff that's been going on with Kanye West and the beef between him and Drake and all that other weirdo stuff that's going on, I'm not here for that. I'm just here to review the actual album itself and give you my views and opinions on it. If you're new to the channel, usually what I do is I would list off the songs that I liked, and then I talk about the songs I didn't care for or I didn't like. This album comes in at like an hour and 40 minutes or a little bit over an hour and 40 minutes. So this is a real lengthy album, like a real lengthy album. So let's get right into the review. This album got like 27 songs. Like I said, this album is really lengthy. And so instead of trying to say some of my highlights on the album, and then I'll talk about some of my low levels on the album, because pretty much for the most part, I liked every song on the album. I'm not gonna lie to you. For the most part, I liked every song. And even though I liked them, there's some drawbacks from some of the songs that I'm like, I could skip it. So first off, the album kick off with Take Me to Jail. And when I say, man, this is a great opener to the album, I feel like it's a great opener to the album. Now, I'm not saying like song-wise, because actually the opener is the Donda chant, but it's like a little backstory about that. So I really don't listen to Donda chant because it kind of, makes me kind of sad. But the opening track for me is, like I said, it's not called Take Me to Jail. It's just called Jail. I don't know why I said Take Me to Jail, but it's called Jail. And I think this song was dope. It's good to hear Kanye West and Jay-Z back on the track together. And I hope there's more music to come. Maybe probably a watch along too. But like I said, the beat on here is crazy. It's nice and simple, but at the same time, it got like a spacey vibe to it. I don't know if it's like the way Kanye West delivered the hook over like he delivered with like a spacey, like airy sound to it. Can't really put my finger on it. With the guitar sounding kind of distorted a little bit, but at the same time you could hear it right in your face. It's like, it's real deep. It's real dope, man. Another song I really liked a lot was Off the Grid. I think everybody's gonna like this song. This song hits you with a hard bass. I really like the delivery Kanye West put on here with the hook. I like the off the grid. It kind of get like stuck in your head a little bit, and it just shows you where his mind space is. Like he trying to live off the grid or something. You know what I'm saying? He doing everything for his family, and then you got I can't really. Like, look, y'all know I'm not good with knowing names and everything on the track. Even when I do my movie reviews, I don't be knowing all the little things about the album or the movie or whatever. But this one is even harder because Kanye West don't have none of the names of the features on the track listing. Well, when you own it on iTunes, you usually can see the names of the features, but this don't. So I don't really know. So I'm guessing who is who on the track, but whoever's off the grid, I don't know exactly. I think it was maybe Fabio Foreign. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on it, but I mean, he totally killed it. Whoever that was who was rapping on there, he killed it. It was another feature on there, he killed it. And then I love Kanye West comes in at the end with a nice little verse to end it off with. Real dope song. And this is 5-minute review, so I'll be here all day talking about all the songs I love, man. Like Jesus Lord, I love that. Jay Electronica put on a great verse, man. I haven't heard any real work for him since that album he dropped during the quarantine, pretty much. I think it was last year. I don't know. The album was kind of trash, but that verse he put on here was pretty damn good, And then it just seems like everybody who worked with Ye on this album, to be honest, it seemed like he tried to bring the best out of everybody. I love the verse from Lil Durk, the verse from Lil Baby. Lil Baby been killing it, by the way. This been his year. I ain't gonna lie to you. Lil Durk, Lil Baby, they be going back and forth. They got the album together. I gotta do a review on that too, by the way. But they got an album together, but they been killing every single verse they been on this year, man. Shout outs to those two guys, But like I said, man, it's not really too many drawbacks from the album. The only drawback for me from the album, and I wouldn't even say it's a real drawback because it's a great listen, is the fact that it's a long album. But it got so many layers and elements to the album. It just, I can't see half these songs not being on there. But what I can say, some of the songs I didn't care for or I didn't like would be the song with Pop Smoke. I don't remember the name of the song, and I can't just look at the track list and tell you which song it was unless I listen to it. But that song, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was one of those songs that I could just, skip past. And I appreciate Kanye West, putting that on the album, but it really wasn't an element that I needed to the album. It was still a dope song. It was still cool, but I just don't necessarily see me listening to it again. And there was another couple of instances on here like that where it wasn't a great song. It was just a little drawback. It wasn't like, oh, I don't want to listen to it ever again in life. It just was like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, So with all that being said, I gotta say this album is pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting this album to be that good. I'm a fan of Kanye West, but I was kind of skeptical with everything that's going on. With him going through the divorce and the beef with Drake and him not talking to Jay-Z and all these different elements that was going on. I was like, man, this CD might be okay, but I wasn't expecting it to be as good as, any other project, And I gotta say, this CD is like, college dropout level, kind of, on the same level as college dropout and late registration, graduation, you know what I'm saying? My dark twisted fantasy, 808s and heartbreaks is on that level. And the reason why is because this album got so many different elements, different sounds. It take you to a different level and a different place, like every other Kanye West album that was transcending music. And I think this is putting music in a great space, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is one of them albums that if you don't get it right now, you're going to get it a couple years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might not understand what you listening to or vibing to it, but the more you really listen to this, really dissect it and see what he was working with on this album, you really get a good sense of what mindset he is on. He's going to a whole nother level with the music. He's trying to make rap music more of a stadium performance, you know what I'm saying, than just the guy rocking the stage rapping. It's trying to be like more of a, how rock stars and Coachella and all that stuff be doing. That's where I feel like he was trying to go with this album. So I got a whole nother appreciation for it than probably the average listener. And if you're a Kanye West fan or like a, what they call a fanboy or whatever, you're going to love this album, you know what I'm saying? But even if you're not, you're going to appreciate it. This is one of them albums that either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm on the end of loving it, you know what I'm saying? I actually get this album, and here's my review, which y'all been waiting for. I get this album a 10 out of 10. And this is probably the first album that I gave a 10, from since I started the channel. And what I mean by first album, I'm talking about album of modern day today, like albums of today. I do the classic reviews and I get those 10s because, they classics. But this is the first album that I really feel like deserves a 10 out of 10 because it's transcending his music, and you can see the growth in Kanye West, you know what I'm saying? You can really see the growth in his music, like every single time he drop an album, there's some type of growth to it. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate that. With that being said, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate all the support. And like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Do all that YouTube stuff. And I guess I'll catch y'all on the next review. God bless and peace.